Recently, for the very first time, I visited one of these Thai massage places, Thai massage parlors, I think you would call them. And I've never visited one before, never been to one before. And um, there are more and more of them on the high street now. They're everywhere, aren't they? They never were 15, 20 years ago, but now they're everywhere, aren't they? And right on the high street. And you hear all sorts, don't you? All sorts of funny business and strange, sort of, should we say, salacious things about these places. And I don't actually know to what extent it's true, how true it is. How many of them are, like that, if you know what I mean. But yes, I went to one because I was, well, actually desperate for a neck and shoulders massage, and a couple of days later I went back to another place, similar place, for the old foot massage, and it was absolutely incredible, and so I genuinely went for that reason, obviously. Um, Obviously, no sort of funny business hanky panky because they're women, and I'm not that way inclined. I bat for the other team, so I wouldn't be going there for that anyway, because I'm not into women. Yeah, I wonder what the truth is actually about these places, because I went because I was genuinely really in need, a lot of stress to get rid of, and yeah, it was neck and shoulders, so I remained half dressed, and the second time was obviously feet. But anyway, I digress. The girls, the two girls in the two separate places I saw, were really professional, whatever professional means. I suppose that's open to interpretation. Really thorough. Really, it was painful in parts, but just so good and so thorough, intense, and so genuinely caring, attentive, kind. I mean, obviously you're paying them, but just so warm and so attentive, so thorough, so professional, so effective. It was just great. It got a bit giggly at one point because the first time I went, the girl, she was obviously putting quite a bit of pressure on, so there was a bit of pain involved, and she was sort of reassuring me as she was about to do one of her bits. She said, well, she was actually kneeling behind me. She was actually kneeling behind me, and whilst I was sitting on the side of the bed, she was really getting in there, obviously not in that way, because, but yeah, she was so thorough, and she would even say, "Oh, are you okay? You'll be okay. Don't worry. Relax. You'll be okay." So reassuring and comforting. When she was about to do one of the painful bits. But yeah, I mean, how many of the guys, males that go to those places are going purely for the therapy, for the massage, and how many of them are going for that plus a bit more? How many of them are assuming that there'll be a bit more, or extras, as they say? What percentage go just for quite literally for the massage therapy, and what percentage hope for more or go for more, or and what percentage of the girls actually do, the sort of, I don't know, hanky-panky, the extras. What percentage of them do that? Do most of them do that? Do most of them not do that? Do half of them do that? I don't know. What's the truth? I don't know. What are the percentages? Are a lot of them purely professional? Like obviously they were with me. I don't know whether they picked up that I was, not that way inclined, not interested in that way, and whether they picked up that I was just there for the therapy, whether they thought I was straight. I suppose you would just assume, wouldn't you, that somebody was, that the guy was straight. But yeah, first time I've ever done it, and very thorough, very good, very, very professional, very caring, very nice, very warm, the girls are. And when you go into these places, obviously they're very smart, aren't they? They're on the high street. And people sort of giggle, you hear things about these places, don't you? And but I wonder what the truth is, how true it is. Is it only true in a minority of cases? How many of them are like that, and how many of them are not like that? How many of them are purely professional? Repeating myself as always, but yeah, I really do. Well, I went to two different ones about 3 days apart, 2 or 3 days apart, and they were a few doors away from each other on the high street, and both very, very nice, very thorough. But yeah, my very first time. Have you been to one? Have you thought about going to one? Do you go to them regularly? And what actually is the truth about them? It was really good. I felt so much better. I felt like months of pressure and stress had just gone. I felt it was really, really good, and I would do it regularly. I know, obviously, and it's reasonably priced. Obviously, she asked me to come back in a week. She said, "Can you come back weekly?" But yeah, and the receptionists were very professional as well. There was nothing didn't feel at all seedy. But then maybe because I wasn't dropping those hints, I don't know. Maybe they read my vibe as being there for the massage, and not anything else, so to speak, extras. Because obviously I bat for the other team anyway. But yeah, waffling once again. Well, maybe some people like to listen to me waffle, but yeah. So we're talking about Thai massage parlours. What is the truth about them, and how many of them are like that, and how many of them are purely professional. But I would definitely recommend the two that I went to. So caring as well, and so obviously very thorough, and I felt like a new man afterwards. But yeah, so we're talking the Thai massage parlours on the high street. All comments and opinions welcome. Obviously, keep it tasteful and keep it clean. And yeah, thank you very much. I shall look forward to reading your comments. I'm sure we could have a bit of a laugh with this one as well.